and I'll be reading three pieces from Happy Birthday, Nicanor Parra, a wonderful Stuart Ross imprint book from Mansfield Press. And one of the things that this book tries to do is to celebrate the fact that Nicanor Parra, who's 98 now, who wrote very influential book, Poems and Anti-Poems, that was published in 1954, he was actually a contemporary of Neruda's, is still writing. He's still, right this moment, he could be sitting in his house in Las Cruces, writing at 98 years old, which I just think is fabulous. The space opera. Nicanor appears in the southern sky, growing every second. A coup happens. A coup unhappens. Deep beneath the Atacama Desert, lair of the rebels. North America occupies 90% of the sky over Santiago. The indigenous people are aliens. The only way out of La Moneda is suicide. Every night, a gun rises in the east, sets in the west. A small fishing boat rescues flop-eared Jesus, drunk to the gills. Jesus is a mercenary with a dark, dark past. Nicanor points to the eventual heat death of the universe. Gumby in uniform play gun at the ready. Pinochet flees into old age. Chile smells itself. And Nicanor sings in the nearest cafe. Now what I'm going to try and do in this second piece of the three is I'm actually going to try and bring you with me in the writing of a poem. And this is called Risk Analysis of a Poem. Very rigorous scientific approach. There is a 49% chance this poem will not be finished. There's a 7% chance it will veer off into prose. About 7,000 words should be held in reserve until we see where this is going. We should be able to reduce that number when the chances of the poem being finished drop below 25%. There's a 1 in a million chance you will be named in the poem, either as a major player, as a metaphor, or as a noun. Two dogs just ran through the preceding line. There is now a 41% chance this poem is being written in a workshop. Now would be a good time to drop in a word in a foreign language. Say so. The prose possibility is dropped to near nil. Will this be a successful poem? There's a 5% chance it'll appear in a magazine. There's a 5% chance someone will buy the magazine. Now might be the best time to develop a theme. Say so. There's a definite lack of, I don't know, something to here, but it appears here, so that's fine. We are back on track, and I'm extremely happy to report that there are only several more lines required for this to satisfy the writer. There's constant rainfall outside the window. Ronald Reagan has just been shot in the unmentionables. $10 million US were handed to a man from El Salvador who cannot stop touching himself. Gerard Manley Hopkins is about to write the win cover so that millions of school children have something to memorize. There's zero chance they would memorize this poem because it lacks Camus at the wheel. It lacks the ability to be translated into French. Or rather, it lacks the raw will to force itself into French unbidden. The Salvadoran man has returned to his Salvadoran country and is shooting Salvadorans. That's damn tight. He will continue to shoot Salvadorans until this poem comes to an end. Due to a stray bolt of empathy, a desire to cook supper, and a dog's part, this poem has come to an end. Please stop shooting Salvadorans. It's no longer the 80s. Did Reagan die? Stop. It's over. I implore you. An end to this poem means at least one Salvadoran man will stop shooting Salvadorans. Be a savior. There's one in every box. And the poem that I'll finish with is one that I hope on September 5th to be able to phone Chile and to tell Parra on his 99th birthday, hopefully interrupting him writing. Just tell him happy birthday, Nicanor Parra. Just keep on doing it. It's called Happy Birthday, Nicanor Parra. just the title of the book. It's the last poem in the book. The past eliminates all witnesses. A real poet would break this line somewhere else. You have not filled out this poem correctly. Thank you.